Join us today for another unboxing, this time joined by Bobby here, since it's delving more into his realm of board games. And today's topic, the garden game. Okay, welcome back to the Geek Cabal channel. My name is Jim. Today on unboxing, we are going to unbox the garden game. The garden game here, based off the label here on the back, came out in 1980, made in England. Says it was published by the Garden Game Limited. It's got Sorrento Farm, Griddleton, Wiltshire.
It should be noted this is apparently the deluxe edition.
Oh, and it's also best game of the year.
Hey, by British Toys and Hobbies. Don't know what year.
All right. So kind of like we did on the previous unboxing, this is just going to kind of look at the condition here. It's a little rough shape. I picked this up at a Goodwill. It's been probably 5-6 years ago that I did that. But it's not a actual. It's a cardboard outer shell here with the paper kind of tearing up a little bit.
This is a paper cover on this though.
Yeah. So a little moisture's gotten to it, so it's kind of came up and delaminated a little bit. This does actually open like a chest. It's actually got latches on the front of it here, which
you can see here.
Pretty convenient. But I mean, overall, for as old as it is, and heck, being at a Goodwill and where it's at,
yeah,
say it's in a pretty decent shape here. So let's go ahead and open this up and let's see what we got. So, so there is a piece of styrofoam that's fallen over here. It was originally glued to the other side. Let's see if we can get this thing to decide to shut back down here. Well, it did shut at one time. So, unfortunately, the center spine has come out a little bit, but this is good. Now I can bring this up. So you can see the board here. Just like your typical game board here, you've got where you can go around the board, and and kind of like your Monopoly or whatever. Each board here or each spot has an available thing that you do. Say lose one plant, take a compost card, different things like that. But what kind of really makes this game stand out? Well, Bobby's getting the
let me get the cards out. I guess we'll show people some of these too.
Is that you actually have fields here where you can actually plant your crops. And when I say crops, they're actually just cards that you put into those spots.
Yeah, this the back side has seed cupboard. Then we have like mint, horsetail. But to Jim's point, these are tall cards, and they slide into these tracks like so, and you'll plant your seed. Some of the deal is you're trying to find seeds of the same type or something. It's been a while since we looked at it, but yeah. So like this player's rows are going this way. This player goes this way, and this way. So you know who's who, and you have approximately the same space in each one, although the shapes are different. So.
Yeah, I assume that they have roughly the same amount of crop space. It's just.
Well, I'd hope so. Oh, sorry, you're player 4. You're out of luck here.
But I think you can stack the cards too and get them in a different way. So, what the one spot you can land on is to draw a compost heap card. So you can see the back there has got the compost heap, and this one here, I can't even read that. It just says, unless you hold a mulch card, lose 2 plants. That's some very, and I'll try to get that out of the light there, but we'll get a close-up shot of this. But a lot of interesting artwork. Everything's hand-drawn. It's very colorful. And honestly, when we played this the one time, and we played it many, many years ago, the one thing that we found is that it is very difficult to get through a game without losing your crops at least once, or having somebody steal half of your seeds, or losing seeds because of ants or something, getting in there. And
yeah, we had this all set up when we start to go, and I think it's my first turn. I lost everything from the ice, got some stuff back, and then the shed blew up on me and put me in the hospital. Like, that was my first turn. I was like, oh my God, what is happening in this game? So real quickly you realize what you want to happen is nothing. You want your turn to be like, just stop here, don't do anything. Because you'll dread the, oh, I didn't hit anything bad, but I have to roll again. You're like, oh God, here we go. And these are kind of like the equivalent of like chance and community chest cards and Monopoly, except half of them are bad. Actually, probably 3/4 of them are bad. There's a few that's like, oh, sunshine, your plants are fine. But most of them are like, oh, it's winter, your plants are all dead. Or aphids attack. Or your chemical shed blows up and puts you in the hospital. Or you stepped on a rake and you got put in the hospital. Like, it gets, what would you say?
Pretty savage. Pretty cutthroat.
Pretty savage.
So, now, this is nice because unlike my first unboxing video, I actually have a list of contents here. And I do know that there's items missing. I mean, again, for a game from 1980, I believe we have probably most of the cards. I'm not gonna count them here, but we should have had 4 metal plane counters, which we do not have. So I think when we played this, we had to use something else to represent our people on the board. Also, 4 red wooden megaphones. We don't.
I thought we did have those. I thought when we were playing it, we actually did have those. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I thought we did have those.
So, it's possible. So this one is missing stuff. It's also missing the dice, but we do have, I believe, all of the weather cards. I think I don't know if they're maybe mixed in with. Yes, they are. So there's the Acts of God card, and then weather report. So we'll get a shot of some of these cards, but weather reports. So this one says cold, windy, rain, lose half your plants and miss a turn. So the weather, that's one thing. I guess that doesn't even count as an act of God. So an act of God here is chickens in the garden, uproot 3 plants. So, like, I haven't even drawn anything that's been halfway decent yet to say, oh yeah, this will be helpful. This would be some, as like Bobby said, half of these you didn't even want to get. You're like, oh no, I have to draw a card. Well, there goes the crops.
And it's not just that. Some of it's the squares on the board. Like, here's the garden gates. The next one, late frost. Lose whatever you planted last turn. Like,
so
this is not good.
So there's 8 weather report cards, 24 acts of God, 32 compost cards, 64 seed packets, which are the large cards, and then 3 spare cards, which are blank. And I don't know what the blank cards are for. Heaven help if you have to write your own stuff on them. And then 1 side door into the gardens, large card. So there's a total of 68 cards. So now it does actually have the full instructions. Nothing really to just all plain text besides the logo at the top. But it was enough that we were able to get the game playing here, and I think even with the limited pieces here, I mean, obviously a couple of dice, that's pretty easy to come up with. The wooden megaphones, I mean, that'd be probably something you could supplement with something from another game. And then heck, I've got Carcassonne down there on the ground, so you've got your meeples you could use for moving around on the board there. Appropriate, because this is what the farmers are doing while they're laying in the fields.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah, well, we've got some other stuff here, Jim. I don't know how much we looked at it whenever we played. There's 1 card here for Doris Parsnip. Any of you who happen to be from England might be able to tell us what the story with this is, because I get the impression it's something from outside this game. Or maybe not, I don't know. But that card will save you from every disaster in the game. So if you pick the card, you keep it for 2 or more of your turn. If you pick it up, you can keep it for up to 2 more of your turns. If during this time nothing's gone wrong, you pass it to your neighbor on your left. But if you actually use it, you pass it to the player of your choice. And they're saying that this might actually help the game go easier. So
as it needs it. But I did notice this one here has actually got a copyright date of 1985, so this may have been originally developed in 1980, and then this may be the 80, came out in 85 with the premium, which is probably, you get the super card there.
And looking at this makes me wonder, there's another game this company made, the cooking game. I can only wonder what horrors await you on that one.
Well, you slipped, you fell, and you fell on a knife,
Baste your friends, curdle your enemies, and hope you don't get egg on your face.
Gee, probably just as bad as this one here is then, so.
Let's see, as you prepare a choice of delicious British recipes, specially provided for us by Jane Brixton, who I'm guessing is a British cook. So, oh, I know what it is. I know there's no possible way this is still functional. We should send something to this address just to see if they get any kind of reply.
So what he's mentioning,
but also the cooking game is from 1981 apparently. So to your point, maybe the cooking game is copyright 1981, but it's saying it came out in 86. So they might have copyrighted it long before they actually made them. Was kind of to your point there with this 85 and 80 and.
Yeah, I know it's a long shot, but I mean, if you have any information about this game, ever seen it, ever played it, definitely let us know. And we're going to get a close-up shot of all of this so that you can see what some of the cards look like. We'll spread some of them out, show some of the different
cards and some of the others,
Yeah, some of the stuff that you can actually run into. I want to show some good cards, too, because I know there are some cards in here that actually help you out.
Oh, we found one, Doris Parsnip.
Yeah, that's like, it helps you by taking away all the bad, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some of these, like there's a card that is aphids attacking. Whereas another card that if you have it, you can stop the aphids from attacking. So most of these do have a counter. It's just that the weight of bad far outweighs the counter. So.
Yeah, like I said, with the number of cards that you have, just trying to get to that would be a little tough, so.
Yeah.
So anyways, we'll go ahead and we'll do the close-up shots of this.
Oh, did you mention that there's like 3 different modes to play the game? I remember that from the thing. It said, this one should take this long, this should take this. I think it's a matter of how many points you go to or something.
Let's see here.
If I'm remembering correctly, anyway. It has been a while since we played this.
Okay. Oh, yeah, here's some alternative rules. Do not deal out seeds at the beginning. Instead, each player takes 4 seed packets from. So, get some seeds to start. No numerical sequences. So, there's a numerical sequence thing on here. You may plant seeds as you wish, up to 6. No megaphones. So the megaphones are used for acquiring seeds from other players, where you can announce what you want, and then other people can announce what they want. So I think, though, I want to save that for a video where we're actually going to go through and play the whole game, and talk about that. So like I said, we'll get the close-up shots here. And
alrighty. So that's what I want to say about them before the close-ups.
Yeah, I think we're good. post-ups, all that. Hopefully, you got a kick out of this as much as we did when we first played it. And it's bringing back some memories. Not all good, but
yeah, I mean, it was entertaining. Like, even though it was I don't want to call it bad, but savage. We'll go with that. That was the good term here. Yeah, it was still an entertaining game. Because not every game is designed to be won the same way. Like, I've yet to play Call of Cthulhu, but I'm given to understand that there really is no victory in that game. It's just how long it takes for your character to either die or go mad or die. So
maybe this falls in that same universe.
Could be.
But no, it's an interesting mechanic, and definitely, if anyone has ever seen this, like I said, definitely comment on it. We'd like to, get some more information on it. Because, like I said, it's not we don't have the complete game here, but we've got enough in the rules to be able to fumble our way through it. So,
yeah.
But that is all that we have for today, and again, thank you, Bobby, for joining me on this. And
it's no problem.
But we're gonna have you do the usual YouTube stuff: the like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and yeah, definitely. If you want to see more things like this, we've got some more unboxing videos that'll be coming the way. The first one was the Sega Master System. Here's episode 2 with the garden game. I've got plenty of more, and I've got if I get up to 10, I've got a surprise one that I want to do.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you had a punch card or something and go to a free video at 10 or something.
Yeah,
you start to say that's where I went with on that one, folks.
I don't know. That may be too, but I mean, we'll just say that it is an unboxing of a almost, if not entirely complete item from 1973.
1973.
And it is video game related, so if people do their research, they may be able to figure out what that is. So, anyways,
right.
We'll see you later, and we'll see you out in the garden, and hopefully you don't die of frostbite and starvation and all other acts of God and weather.
Watch out for the rakes.
May you also become part of the compost pile.
See you in the compost pile.